Jim, thanks very much for joining us. It would be good to get your sense, just in terms of the outlook for 2023, I suppose on the infrastructure side more broadly. How do you see the opportunities there?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, we're clearly at a pivotal point in markets because we've had the pressure of higher gas prices and higher energy prices following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, particularly acute pressure in Europe, in continental Europe and the UK. And so it's mitigating those short-term pressures, but also moving into a more aggressive phase of energy transition. It's a real challenge for policymakers, but I think, we can see a way through. So, clearly, ultimately, again, talking about Europe, we need to reduce reliance on gas, and that means growing infrastructure, growing renewable generation, growing storage, growing grid capacity, and all of that will need investment, but it is the way out. And I think policymakers can see that and will see that. And so, hopefully 2023 can be a really constructive year for new energy infrastructure.
And do you see more capital in general coming into specifically that new energy part of the infrastructure side? Because obviously there's a lot of crossover as well with real estate here, and decarbonisation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I think there's a lot of capital at work already in this broad sectors. I think governments, I know I've spoken to you before about the Inflation Reduction Act in the US, these sort of policy initiatives giving tax subsidies are incredibly important at incentivizing new capital to come in and do new things, accelerate existing projects, etc. And I think providing we have a constructive policy environment, there's no reason why we shouldn't see continued capital being attracted to this area, because ultimately it is just such a crucial area, whether it's the real estate side, reducing energy consumption, increasing energy efficiency, and on the infrastructure side, building out networks, building renewable generation assets, all of which sort of push towards that electrification and that energy transition theme.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how that develops. Thanks very much for joining us, Jim.
Thank you.